Hey fam, before we get into it, today's episode includes discussion of sexual abuse, violence, and assault, including details from Diddy's ongoing trial. Please take care of yourself. Skip this one if you need to. We love you.
This joker should have went and found his tribe in the BDSM community.
Yeah,
That's what he should have did. Because this right here, who's been on Diddy Talk? Because yikes! Not only am I over on Diddy Talk, but I'm looking at real-time updates on YouTube. I'm appalled.
I'm over there.
Appalled. This
I'm
is a whole
sick.
mess.
It's worse than what I thought. Day one was like, gotcha.
No, I'm
And
telling
here
you.
here we are, day 2, and it's still, but to the 10th power, maybe to the 10th power.
Well, you guys have to remember, like, this is the stuff that's easiest to come out. The really deep, dark stuff is, oh, God.
Weeks
We
away.
don't- Yes.
Yeah, because we are
Only
looking
going to
at,
get worse.
we're looking at 8 weeks. Yeah. So get ready, everybody, for a marathon if you're following it.
Like, how is making someone pee into someone else's mouth? How is that? Like, one of the lowest level.
How is he still here with us?
He wouldn't be here.
He chose the right one to pick on.
But it's not just one, right? It's multiple.
Ones, probably.
Yeah, but Cassie being the victim number 1, he got her when she was 19 and continued to prey on her and groom her, basically. He groomed her throughout this. And then by the time she became his public girlfriend, he had her. He had her under his thumb.
Because she said she agreed, I guess, at 21 to be one of the girlfriends.
She knew.
So it was a harem.
She knew he was dating Kim Porter. I think testimony today said she started dating him. She said she started dating him when he was dating Kim Porter.
Yeah, I guess if you are down with the whole poly lifestyle, I mean, that part, everybody has their own. I'm not here to judge that.
No,
Like,
but it's
how
the
far-
levels
like,
to it.
And I'm not victim blaming, but like he had to recognize the type that was thirsty enough.
Well, she was willing to do anything. And don't forget, she was signed to Bad Boy. And according to her testimony, he started testing her out to see what she was willing to do. So he started talking to her about swinging, about things along those lines in that lifestyle. She, as somebody who is 21, thought, hey, if I do this, it'll make him happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
will it
that was
further my career?
That
So
too.
it's two things here that I look at, and it's going to be an interesting case to see how it plays out. Because, I mean, it's bad what he did to her, but it wasn't R. Kelly underage, like, things, even though he was predatory, allegedly.
We don't know that for sure yet.
So, but she didn't have sex with him until she was 21.
Huh?
And she took ecstasy willingly herself. And so I'm wondering, like, did he take it as well? What made you do this? Did she have a drug past? Like, not victim blaming at all, but these are things that are going to come out.
Well, I can tell you as someone who was assaulted while under the influence that I had gotten from the person who assaulted me. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. And
it's just layers upon layers upon layers. And I'm just wondering how they're going to portray her, especially when they cross-examine her.
Well,
it's going to be rough.
I mean, she's going to be portrayed really negatively. It's going to be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having conversations with the district attorney, and they were like, you are going to be on trial. And
But
I mean, that's coming, and I'm sure she's been warned
and prepared for
that
it.
it's coming.
But it could backfire on the defense. The jury's looking at an 8-month pregnant woman who has been crying already, dabbing her eyes, and sometimes tears just really flowing about the abuse and the things she suffered. If the defense is super negative and they really, really go after trying to villainize her, it could backfire because of perception, how she is being perceived right now. The prosecution is at an advantage because they got her to the stand first, and then she's going to be cross-examined. So
I mean, she's in for a hard road.
She is in for a hard road. It's going to be an interesting trial. And her husband being there, who her husband was her trainer that was hired by Diddy.
Can you imagine?
So what did he see? Yeah. And it's just like, what else can we expect?
Well, that's where my brain just keeps exploding.
Yeah. Because we're a
That's
day and
the
a half
boogeyman.
in. So we have Mr. Nasty Time, Mr. Wormy Time. I don't even know what you call this one. A menace, a diabolical menace. Like, this stuff is
What
wild
nightmares
business.
are made of.
Yes. And then he's sitting there looking like an elderly man. So that's what I find funny. And I read somewhere yesterday and they said he looked like Grady.
From
And
the
I said,
Sanford and Son.
uh-huh. So yeah, and I
I
was
mean-
like, I do see some similarity.
Yeah.
I can't
I was like,
think about that. And I'm like,
But he's not.
but he's playing a role. He's playing the pitiful role that, oh, I'm old. I didn't do these things. Let me tell you what was real diabolical to me yesterday on top of the urination, whatnot, and how they said he was sitting in the corner with a hat on and a bathrobe and like a bandana around his face and like fiddling with himself while things were going on. And I just envisioned this like character. Like, what are you doing? Got on a hat, a bandana, and a bathrobe.
Him and all those sexual proclivities.
That is awful. What do you think about the kids being there?
Think that is horrible. I believe so. Those girls are seniors in high school. I think every last one of them, all three of them.
I think the one Chance has already graduated.
You are right. She graduated last year. I remember seeing pictures. You're right. But
they are ghetto twins because they're close to the same age. Both moms, I'm sure, were pregnant at the same time, right?
They're only months apart. They're just a few months apart.
Yep, ghetto twins, LV.
okay.
Instead of
I
Irish
was gonna say,
twins.
yeah, Irish twins, but ghetto twins. Yeah,
ghetto twins.
I get it.
But those girls, their senior year, both of the twins, their senior year has been ruined because all of this has essentially kind of popped off during the course of their senior year. And I hear that Justin's mom, Misa, has been in the courtroom.
What's going on with Misa and that walker? And she broke down. I saw her coming in. I said, no, Misa is spry. So what is going on? Did this just take her out?
Baby, maybe. Because apparently she's sticking beside him. Or maybe she's sticking beside Justin. I don't know.
I think she's sticking beside Justin because Justin's caught up in a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, him and Christian both.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's Chance's mom has been in court as well. And
isn't Love's mom there?
Yeah, they said she's popped in. The baby has not come to court, but she has popped in. But
Thank you for not bringing a 3-year-old to court.
But let's be clear. I don't know about Misa, but I think the others have a financial stake in this.
Misa probably has a financial stake in it as well because she wouldn't have brought that walker up there.
Because word on the street is assets have been
allegedly
disseminated.
Yeah.
Shell
that's
game.
a smart thing to do, though, right?
Well, yes.
I mean, it's deceitful. It's deceitful.
But it's not illegal. It's not illegal. He protected the assets. And, realistically, he's leaving legacy for his kids, so the kids will all be well taken care of because they have property and I'm sure trusts and things like that. However, I wonder if, whatever's left, will it weather the civil cases storm, all the civil cases that are going to come as a result of this, that are coming. And I think there are more to come.
That's why he's doing that collab.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder who are going to be the witnesses. Like, we don't know. It says victim 2 and 3.
Who's going to jump out from behind a wall? Surprise, surprise.
I know. It's going to be somebody.
I mean, I think I think some of these witnesses the list hasn't been fully released.
Fully publicized, right? Yeah.
So we don't know who is going to have to walk the green mile into that courtroom.
Is Young Miami going to make an appearance?
I feel like she will have to. I feel like
will she be for the defense, though?
Listen, if she is, baby, the assistant DA, USDA, is going to eat her up. Going to eat her up.
I would see that she might, because she stood beside him. And she was under the umbrella. She was an employee of him. Under revolt for Carisha Please.
But again, she had a financial stake. It
Absolutely.
financially benefited her to stick beside him.
Right. But now is it gonna?
Well, I mean, I personally think she still may have a financial stake in, because let's be clear, think about when he was first arrested, he was still trying to run things from inside jail
Yeah.
and intimidate, coerce, and do all kinds of things to people. So, and let's be clear, I believe his arm still stretches long and wide,
I do too.
courtesy maybe of the boys and others that have a finance that he is rewarded handsomely
I believe that as well.
for
I
their
definitely
loyalty.
believe that.
But no, I'm saying like, could she be at risk? Because
Well, she was the last known girlfriend.
right.
So they're going to ask her, did you witness any of this?
Did you participate in any of this?
Yeah.
I think that she did.
I'm sure she did. And baby, if she get up there and lie like a rug, she better hope there's nobody out here to corroborate, to call her story a story, to call it a lie.
To call it what it is. Saucy Santana. It's going to be interesting. I am just wondering what all we're going to see. I do think that people that have been victims of sexual assault turn off the notifications, like block Diddy, because this could be a trigger.
Yeah.
Block that because it's all over everywhere. You don't want to impact your mental health.
Right.
And I don't know how much I'm going to watch or listen to. Like right now, I'm all in.
I have a feeling I'll tune in and out. Though days I'll tune in, days I'll tune out. Because, this is more than I wanted to know about anybody's sex life and any alternative lifestyle. More than I ever wanted to know. And apparently based on this, I'm super, super vanilla. I'm not even French vanilla. I'm just basic. And I'm like great value.
With that.
I'm great value basic.
Great value.
Yeah.
Oh, Mart.
I can't be up and up vanilla. That's a no.
No.
How
I mean,
about-
it's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just more than I've ever wanted to know, more than you want to believe people will do. And let's be clear, I read a lot of romance novels and I read Black romance. I read Black street lit that has a lot of graphic, intimate scenes. And I have read alternate
You read
life.
nasty books.
That's my guilty pleasure.
Nasty books.
Yes.
Shannon likes nasty books.
And I've even read some on alternative lifestyles. There's some Black authors who write about that. Yes, they write about alternative.
We did not.
Okay,
This
group
sounds
chat.
I said,
it's like season 2 is coming for the A Collective.
so this, this goes beyond anything any writer I know is written about. I'm like, whoo.
Well, don't they usually say the truth is stranger than fiction?
Bango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause this
And they
is
said
just
that he
whack.
tried to intimidate the escort when he walked out
Sure.
today. They said he stood up and kind of looked at him. Sir, sit down, Grady. Grady, sit your ass down.
I'm not going to be able to unthink that now.
In the words of Nino Brown, sit your $5 ass down before I make change, baby. Before I make change. Nino Brown. That line is classic chef's kiss.
So I'm going to tell you something. I kind of envision if he sees that this isn't going to go the way that he expects, him pulling a Nino Brown.
Okay.
If I'm going down, I'm taking all y'all motherfuckers with me. You, Chris at the bank.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, okay. I think
You don't see it?
I don't, because this, I think, is even more high stakes than Nino Brown. Nino Brown just controlled the projects and some blocks, right? Diddy ran the table. I mean, he had immense power. Think about it. He had Wendy Williams blackballed and banished out of radio for a few years until Philly, you forget what the Philly station was.
Her up.
Yeah, they hollered at her. And, then she was able to work her way back to New York. And come to find out, Wendy wasn't lying.
She said it.
Baby, Wendy was not lying all those years ago. Everything she said was true, but nobody wanted to believe her. But look at the lengths he went to protect that.
Yeah, he didn't want anybody knowing his dirty deeds, literally.
That's why I think he'll be like, oh, you're going to take me down?
And some other ones too, because I'm waiting to see is the list of white party participants going to come out, because I think white parties had levels.
100%.
There were levels like, you've got your respectable people that don't do these type of things. They're there for the photo op. They're not into that. And then I think it went on to like drugs, maybe in a separate area. And then there were people that you knew could do that. And then people that were willing to step into room number 3. And I think this is room number 3-ish.
Absolutely. I think there were, well, think about it. There were
room number 3 at least leads to this.
Yes. The tunnel. Yeah. So I think,
way.
yeah. And so you start with the drugs, because I'm sure that they were laid out.
And they're talking about the level and the amount of drugs he was feeding her, other freak off participants. I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
And what did you say that last, like 4 days?
The longest freak off was 4 days. And they asked Cassie kind of basically, how did you not go to sleep? And she said, drugs. He kept feeding her drugs.
Not Coca-Cola, but the other one.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking about the process of what's going on down here for 4 days.
Listen, hopefully she got a shower too. I don't know.
And then it was unprotected sex.
We know he had plenty of.
Well, no, he asked for Jimmy's. That was on the list of things. So baby oil, Astroglide, and little hats, little rain
But they didn't use hats all the time because she said she didn't use them with that escort.
Well, no, he used them.
But they said he got a little something, something. Don't he have?
I hear that there's a little itch there.
But he got a little something, something.
Well,
I don't know.
Sometimes you're not as careful as you mean to be when you have
a freak off.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is, a freak off.
Yeah.
You're having marathon escapades.
I'm not naughty enough for this.
I'm not either. But I would love to know what everybody watching this is thinking of this. Like, what are their biggest wow moments so far?
Well, hopefully the people will comment below. And, this is just day 2. We're just getting started. So I am sure we're going to revisit this again, especially as other things come out.
So unfortunate.
So definitely come back because I might just pass out.
You're not going to pass out, friend.
It is something else. It's mind-blowing.
It blows my little mind. I think we got to pray for the world at this point because sweet baby Jesus in a manger with a donkey, this is not great.
It's not.
No.
All right, guys.
Friends. So we'll see you on Friday. And remember to stay loud, stay opinionated, and as always,
at us later, baby. At us later.
At us later.
That's a wrap on this episode of At Me Later. We drop new bite-sized episodes packed with news and sass every Tuesday and Friday. So make sure you're following us wherever you get your podcasts. And because we love validation, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a review, and drop a comment to let us know what you think. It helps us more than you know. At Me Later is an A Collective production, and we'll be back in your ears soon. But until then, stay loud, stay opinionated, and as always, at us later. Abuse doesn't always look like a black eye. Sometimes it's fear in your voice, shrinking around someone, the gaslighting, the silence. You're being hurt emotionally, physically, sexually. It counts, and it's not your fault. Whether it's DV or SA, there is help, there is support, and there is a way out. Call the numbers, text them, save them, use them. You deserve to feel safe. You are not alone. We believe you, and we've got you. Okay, so we're doing this again, season 2.
I'm gonna get the name
What
right.
they doing? I'm waiting on the link.
3 women, 1 mission. 0 pages.
Here we go, folks.
You know what? We're gonna have cue cards and everything and be
Season
professional.
2 is loading.
You're welcome, or
There's
sorry,
something wrong with
TBD.
us. You know, it is something wrong.